Hey there family, thank you for clicking on today's video, which is titled, You're Entitled to Doing the Work, but Not the Outcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Peter Gordon and I'm a graduate student working towards what will be an eventual doctorate in clinical psychology. I also happen to be a life and a health and wellness coach, and I make videos on mental health, fitness, wellness, and everything I hope can help you lead your most profound life. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you're notified each week when I post a brand new video. Also feel free to share this video, like it, comment on it, and all that good stuff. Now let's get into the heart of today's topic. So before I get into the heart of today's topic, I want to remind you guys that when I make videos like this, I'm often speaking from my own personal experiences, right? It is then my hope that you may be able to draw some parallels between your experiences and mine and make some profound changes in your life or continue to do the amazing things that you're currently doing. So today's topic, which is you're entitled to doing the work but not the outcome, is a bit of an odd statement, almost paradoxical if you will, right? We're taught from a young age, and I know I was, that if you apply yourself in anything that you're doing, right, in your marriage, in your career, in your schoolwork, whatever it is, if you apply yourself and work hard, the outcome you want will be what you desire, right? That is what we're taught, and that's what I believed for a very long while. But over the years, I'll tell you that I started to come to terms with the fact that I had to understand that a lot of the results I wanted did not match the work I put in. Right? Just didn't match up to it. In fact, a lot of the results were quite horrible. And what it started to do with me in certain cases was trigger some level of anxiety and minor depression. But the worst thing it did was make me start to second guess myself, made me start to second guess my intelligence, if you will. And in many ways, I started to develop analysis paralysis. And this analysis paralysis really kind of permeated into all facets of my life. But if you've been following my journey here on YouTube, I imagine I'd be the last person you'd think that struggles or struggled with the notion of analysis paralysis, right? I'm that guy in my mid-40s that decided that I wanted to make a whole career switch. I wasn't happy with what I was doing and I wanted to go into the world of psychotherapy because it was calling to me. And here I am in the graduate phase working towards the eventual doctorate in clinical psychology. So I'm not the type of person you would think would struggle with analysis paralysis, right? Based on the things that I post. Nonetheless, I still have some level of analysis paralysis, and I think that's okay because I think it's okay to do your due diligence before you approach any task, right? I think it's never a bad thing to kind of think things out. The difference in my mindset now, though, is that I'm completely okay if things don't go as planned. So where did this mindset come from? That I'm suddenly okay with things not going according to plan despite my best efforts, right? Well, I'll be the first to tell you I'm a big fan of anything as it relates to spirituality and philosophy. In fact, I think spirituality and philosophy are one and the same, right? But anyways, I'm really into books and videos and podcasts that deal with issues around spirituality and philosophy. And so in 2013, a dear client of mine, a former dear client of mine, gave me this book called Bhagavad Gita as it is. Now, to keep it real with you, I never read the book or even attempted to skim through it. Literally, the book sat on my shelf for several years collecting dust. But 3 years ago, as I was finalizing my divorce, I was in a dejected space because I did not envision myself getting divorced. And I remember looking at the bookshelf across the room and looking at that book collecting dust, Bhagavad Gita. And I decided to pick it up to skim through it. And I'll be honest with you, I was skimming through it to just look through a few things and then toss it out because I was in this decluttering phase of my life. I wanted to cleanse myself, if you will. So I was really going to just skim through it and then donate it, to be honest with you. But as I began to skim through the book, I found myself not skimming anymore. I started to read the book. And then I landed on a particular phrase that had a profound effect on me. In a sense, that phrase changed the way how I started to approach life. And that phrase is this: you have the right to work, but for the work's sake only. You have no rights to the fruits of work. Desire for the fruits of work must never be your motive in working. Now, at first, I didn't fully absorb the phrase, but I would say over the next couple months of reading through this book and others on philosophy, to be honest, the essence of the message started to become clearer. You see, I was always obsessed with the end result, but never thinking about the journey, which is where the real growth happens. Because here's the reality I came to understand. No matter how much I tried, I could never change the past. No matter how much I tried, no matter how hard I work, I could never control the outcome of the future. Could never control it. So the only thing I was left with was the present and what I could learn from it. In essence, I started to look back at all my past failings. And what I began to realize was that I was so obsessed with those failures that I did not pay attention to the journey. Essentially, every journey that I had gone through had changed me on a profound level. The problem was, again, I was so obsessed with the end results, I didn't pay attention to how much I had grown, how much the journeys rather had profoundly changed me. You see, I came to realize at the end of the day that even though I cannot control the outcome, I am still entitled to do the work in whatever setup, right? But most importantly, I'm entitled to do the work because the work will take me on a journey. And the journey is where the growth is. The journey is what will help me define who I am. And whatever obstacles pop up, I'm okay with it because at the end of the day, it's part of the journey, right? So I hope this message resonates with you, and I hope you found some parallels between your experiences and mine. And as always, family, stay well. Hey family, thanks again for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, which is my face, and also check out some of my other videos. Stay well.